yet another exciting edition of the Top Flight television program. Mo- 26th day in the month of May 2020. For this program, this All right, well, sorry for that break. We had to redirect our technical, there was actually a technical issue that we had to face this morning. We're sorry for that. And so, like I did say, we would like to welcome you to our world of information, education, and entertainment. Yeah, it's been the 26th day in the month of May 2026, or the synonym in the date, 26th day in the year 2026. My name is Onometano, and on behalf of the board, management, and staff, we welcome you to a world of information, education, and entertainment. And so we're sorry that we could not bring you our AM news this morning for a few reasons, but all the same, we're back steady and strong. And so quickly, we would just do the little we can, and do believe that every part of the way, yes, you have a thorough understanding of all that will be coming. Quickly, I would like to say yes, welcome to the world, and tomorrow, the 27th day in the month of May, is a day that has been dedicated to celebrating our Nigerian children. And of course, Delta Broadcasting Service, ASAWA, has quite a lot on the catalog for our children, and our sponsors obviously will be showcasing all that they have. We have quite a lot to offer tomorrow at the DBS event ground. And I'm being told, yes, that Idomini, Indomitious Indomitable, is also going to be in the house. We have Kellogg's, makers for the Kellogg's Complex. They would also be in the house. Checkers Custard also will be showing their top. And I'm also aware that Zenith Bank is also part of the partners for tomorrow. And so wherever you are, loud and clear, I'm sure you're listening to me. Do make sure that your children are quite excited about all that they should be expecting for tomorrow. So please make sure that your wards, your children are quite on ground to enjoy their day. And I tell you, the May 27th It's one day every child looks up to. I've always looked up to that date as a day where I am being celebrated as a child. So yes, I'm an adult, but I'm also a child to somebody. So also you who is watching me, you are also a child. And so we'll celebrate our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So all road leads to Delta Broadcasting Service Event Center ground. And tomorrow being the 27th day of May 2026. And so apart from that, yes, politics. Quite a lot has been happening. Now most especially the primaries for various political parties. Apart from a few who have also not had their own primaries. But the major party, that is the All Progressive Congress, has finally concluded with its presidential candidate. And of course, there was just one man who came out to also say, yes, I want to contest for presidency alongside President Bola.
Welcome back. So I was saying that this
Hooray! Another May 27 is here. A day set aside to celebrate children. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is set for a wonderful time out for children this season. Oh yes! It is the DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Theme, Building the Future Through Youth and Culture. The event is aimed at promoting the beautiful culture of our people and encouraging children to imbibe same. The event will feature cultural march past, art workshop training session for parents and children, painting, drawing, tie and dye, cultural dance competition, Nigerian food competition, Nigerian language knowledge competition, cultural fashion parade. There'll be lots to eat and drink and wonderful gifts to go home with. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is calling on schools to be part of the Cultural Carnival competition, which will attract trophy and prizes to winners of the competitions. Corporate bodies and churches can register children for this special Children's Day event. That's not all. The brochure for the event will serve as a vehicle for warm felicitations for our children, as well as platform for business owners to advertise their goods and services. For schools participation and sponsorship, please visit the marketing department or call 0803-326-6801. Maureen on 0803-778-1910. Date, Wednesday 27th May 2026. Venue, DBS Event Place, Opanam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Let's meet there.
When we say that governance will not cease because we are in what you may call pre-election year, we could see that the governor is walking the talk. He's looking ahead by delivering projects that touches the life of the people. We are doing this supervision and tour of these projects because the governor has made it clear that if you fall short of the provisions in the Bill of Engineering Measurement and Evaluation, we will blacklist you. And we are seeing much more quality work coming in. We're also seeing greater speeds.
All right, welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, it's Morning Ride Tuesday's edition, being the 26th day in the month of May 2026. And like I did say, reiterating all that I said earlier on, yes, the primaries, most primaries of political parties have been held, done, and dusted with. As I speak, the All Progressive Congress has actually finalized its party congresses, primary congresses over the weekend, precisely on Saturday. And of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had just one person to contend with, the guy from Edo State. And your guess, obviously, is as good as mine, or rather was as good as mine, because at the end of the day, that guy just came to have a former presidential handshake, which he eventually had on the invitation of the president. And it will go down history, yes, for his curriculum vitae, that at a point he was one president who also threw his heart into the rings. And that also goes for his resume. All right, party congresses over the weekend. You can see yes, having a handshake with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, thank you so much, my pretty, for at least giving us that clip. That was just the guy who actually contested with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He actually just went to make a name, as far as I'm concerned, and eventually he got into that presidential handshake. And it's all over. It's all over the space that just one person. He actually had a few people who stood behind him. And to me, it was just, yes, one of those shots. If you take a shot at the stars, if you don't get there, you definitely will get to a point. So obviously, I know he's going to be having political patronage after now, because he's already connected with the president, and they must have exchanged pleasantries, exchanged contacts, and I tell you, Nigeria is such a place that while we have a lot of hilarious people who just wake up one morning with 100 million naira, that guy has just shown that, yes, there is capacity. And so still talking about the primaries quickly, I will just go through the consensus, issue of consensus here now, because the APC actually came out with the issue of consensus, and a lot of people, it actually did not go down so well with a few people, but all the same, they were able to run with that ticket, and eventually, even if we had a few discrepancies, discontent voices actually here and there, yes, it's done and dusted with. And so the National Coalition of Results from the All Progressive Congress presidential primaries in Abuja on Sunday, May 24th, marked a defining moment in Nigeria's democratic journey and the strong reaffirmation of party unity, internal democracy, and nationwide political mobilization ahead of the 2027 general elections. The returning officer and former Senate President, Chief Pius Ayim, announced the final results. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged with a commanding 10,900 or 10,999,160 votes to secure APC's presidential ticket, defeating his challenger Stanley Musifu, who polled 16,503 votes in a nationwide direct primary out of 12,643,306 registered party members. 11,669,176 were accredited, while 11,015,665 votes were cast across the Federation. These figures demonstrate the APC's extensive national reach, organizational depth, and capacity for large-scale political mobilization across all states of the Federation. The outcome of the primaries further reinforces the party's structural base and the confidence placed in President Tinubu's leadership and reform-driven agenda. In every functioning democracy, political parties remain the primary engines of participation and leadership recruitment. The APC's nationwide direct primaries, therefore, provided a strong demonstration of participatory democracy at scale, enabling millions of party members across wards, local government, and states to actively contribute to the emergence of the party's presidential candidate. The overwhelming endorsement of President Tinubu reflects a clear consensus within the party of continuity, stability, and the consolidation of ongoing economic institutional reforms designed to reposition Nigeria for long-term prosperity. It also, therefore, underscores confidence in a leadership style anchored on decisive reform, national integration, and economic renewal. Yeah, APC at the national level. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has finally gotten himself a second term. We do hope that this second term will bring us desires, most especially as far as the economic reforms are concerned. I've always said it, that we should be a producing country, a country that goes into production rather than a consuming country. And so that's our brief this morning. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at other sports as far as Morning Ride Tuesday's edition is concerned. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
As a host community, try as much as possible to guide your utterances. No company can be intimidated. The companies are also urged to keep to their social responsibility, the corporate social responsibility. I always say it, keep to it. If you keep to the corporate social responsibility, no host community will hold you ransom.
like I dey tell you, very soon electricity for Delta State e go be one of the best for Nigeria.
Obukobo, abeg stop, you don start.
Calm down, e get wetin I don tell you before wey no happen.
You don tell me now, say this year 2026 they go complete the DSA roundabout flyover for Efuru. No dey watch whether e go happen now.
Sure, why e no go happen? This year just dey start now. The construction of the DSA roundabout flyover for Efuru is already 98% complete.
You sure?
Yes. Governor Sheriff dey drive to modernize urban infrastructure so that e go ease traffic congestion across key metropolitan.
You mean metropolitan corridors?
Yes. You know say me and English na like this.
Well, I no go lie, Governor Sheriff dey do well because I know of some communities where they be say their expectations, I mean their dreams, has become a reality. You will talk something about electricity.
Our governor, Right Honorable Sheriff, he don dey set to add 120 megawatts to the national grid.
Oh boy, this one go boost Delta State energy capacity.
Delta State Health Insurance Scheme expanded between 2023 to 2025, becoming Nigeria's largest state health insurance scheme. While Oborewori no go clinch double honors as Governor of the Year 2025.
Governor Oborewori don remember Kokori Sweet Crude with 12 billion naira road rehabilitation.
I know, na 35.32 kilometer road for Etiop East local government area.
150 primary healthcare centers under renovation and upgrade across the state.
This road intervention wey Governor Sheriff dey do so na practical demonstration of the Governor Sheriff opportunities for all wey dey more agenda.
Particularly communities wey don suffer neglect for years.
Governor Sheriff dey work with the CM Mari Madam.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Hooray! Another May 27 is here. A day set aside to celebrate children. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is set for a wonderful time out for children this season. Oh yes! It is the DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Theme, Building the Future Through Youth and Culture. The event is aimed at promoting the beautiful culture of our people and encouraging children to imbibe same. The event will feature cultural march past, art workshop training session for parents and children, painting, drawing, tie and dye, cultural dance competition, Nigerian food competition, Nigerian language knowledge competition, cultural fashion parade. There'll be lots to eat and drink and wonderful gifts to go home with. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is calling on schools to be part of the Cultural Carnival competition, which will attract trophy and prizes to winners of the competitions. Corporate bodies and churches can register children for this special Children's Day event. That's not all. The brochure for the event will serve as a vehicle for warm felicitations for our children, as well as platform for business owners to advertise their goods and services. For schools participation and sponsorship, please visit the marketing department or call 0803-326-6801. Maureen on 0803-778-1910. Date, Wednesday, 27th May 2026. Venue, DBS Event Place, Opanam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Let's meet there.
Welcome back. So I was saying that this morning we're going to be talking about navigating multiple barriers as a woman or as women. I know that women, we have a lot of challenges or barriers, preventing us sometimes from getting to the top. And so Abigail is here this morning to let us know, let's see or hear her perspective on, of course, the barriers preventing women from climbing that ladder to the top and how we're going to navigate through, how we navigate through them. So you use yourself as an example as well. And other people, for instance, the Oprah Winfrey, and then we talked about a movie that we saw together, Self-Made, how that woman, took the bull by its horn and said, you know what, I'm going to put a stop to this, and then she made it. It was Uhuru for her. So, first thing first, navigating multiple barriers as a woman. What are the barriers? Before we then talk about navigating through them.
Okay. Once again, it's so good to be here again. And happy International Women's Month to every woman out there. I don't know, God really sounded like he was jealous.
Oh, well, I'm not a woman.
But you have a wife, you have
and I have a wife, I have a mother,
right?
and a daughter.
Yeah, so please allow us,
No problem.
That's right.
Okay, so of course we have so many barriers. Life generally throws a lot of barriers at you, especially for a woman, because naturally a woman already have so many underlying barriers. For instance, when we talk about childbirth, those are natural barriers. We can call them barriers because to an extent they limit you as a career person, as a business person, and then you go through the phase of having children, nurturing your children, and the fact that you have to be submissive. You have an authority over you, your husband, who you must make sure you submit totally to. If he says no, you cannot move, you can't move. So you have all of that. And then we now talk about the society and how it also throws a lot of barriers to you. Talk about rejection. Rejection in terms of maybe your looks. We were talking about that movie, Self-Made.
Right, Self-Made.
And she was talked down by her own fellow woman.
Yes.
And you see the way you look, you can't sell this product, you are not looking beautiful. You know, you have these external forces fighting you, rejection, denial, so
Discrimination,
many things,
racism. Yeah.
Exactly. And then internally you have things that you are dealing with too as a woman, you know. So yes, these barriers
Exist.
Yes, they do
They
exist.
exist.
Yes, they do
Okay.
exist.
So moving forward from what you have just said, how do we or how navigate through all of these barriers vis-a-vis positioning moving forward?
Yeah. So life is perspective. Yeah. So if you can approach life that way, it's going to help you. When you see these things as barrier, then they will become barrier.
Okay.
But when you see them as stepping stones, they are just challenges to build you. You see them as a process that you will have to go through to build you, to make you a better person. Then they will become that to you. Okay. But when you see them, you know, sometimes in society, they have their opinions about you. You have these setbacks coming from the external environment, like I already mentioned, and then you just take them in and say, oh, you know what, they said as a woman I cannot achieve this because you know, if you take them in, they are going to limit you. But when you see them as challenges, and then you look for solutions, because yes, there are solutions out there. There is always a way to go through life. Okay. Most importantly, just saying that, okay, this is a phase, this is a challenge, and then you seek help. You whichever way you can come out of it. Most importantly, seeing is that this is a phase I have to go through. Mostly as a woman having kids, it's not going to be forever. Your kids are going to grow, and then you just know that, okay, this is a phase. After now, I'm going to take up my career and then build myself. So when you are able to approach life from this perspective, you will just see yourself in one way or the other making progress.
Right. So let's use Oprah Winfrey as a case study here. Born into poverty in rural Mississippi, Oprah endured a difficult childhood marked by abuse and instability. She was fired from an early television job because producers felt she was unfit for TV due to her emotional style. Despite these setbacks, she built a media empire, becoming the host of one of the most successful talk shows in history, a billionaire, philanthropist, and a global influencer who broke barriers for women, especially women of color in broadcasting and business. So she didn't let what people say to her stop her. Oh, you're unfit for TV, your color is not fit for TV, or you can't speak good English. The important thing is, this is your opinion. So you keep working on yourself and aspiring to go high. So how do you now, what do you say to a younger you now who's watching and thinking, I cannot, they have told me I cannot do it, and then I'm just sitting by and waiting for time to pass. So what's your advice to that one woman who has been talked down on and they're just there, don't know how to get themselves up?
Okay, so like I already mentioned that you have to help yourself by looking out for those who have gone ahead of you. Even if you are the first person in that industry that is trying to make way for yourself, you have examples of women who has done these things, who has broken barriers like Oprah Winfrey that you just talked about. There are a lot of them. So you have to start by equipping yourself. You have everything start from your mind. If you can build your mind and see that, oh, you can do this, and then you follow through the process, of course you get there. This story is just reminded me of our own woman here, Funke Akindele. I listened to her story, and she talked about how she was rejected in the film industry because she wasn't really looking, and she is, most especially as a then, she wasn't really looking too beautiful to be on screen. And so many times she was turned down, like, oh, you're not beautiful enough to do this.
Regardless of her strength
in
acting.
She knows that I got this, I have the skill, I can do this. But what did she do? She not had to start producing her own thing. I think what actually brought her to the limelight was
Jennifer's Diary.
Jennifer's Diary. Now, in movies, there are so many other roles you can take up. It must not be the beautiful side. So you know that Jennifer's Diary, she had to take up that role that really was spotlighting her skill, not her beauty.
True.
So we all have our strengths. You have your weakness. You know, so a lot of the times the society sees your weakness and they capitalize on it. So what you do is to now build your strength, just like the woman in the self-made movie. So yes, the other woman was telling her, you're not beautiful, you can't sell this product, you're not going to make it, okay, you can't do this, look at the way you're looking. The truth is, yes, if you look at her, you can't really say, oh, this woman is beautiful to want to go into the beauty industry, but she has something, she has voice. She's so confident, for me to get customers to buy my product, and she capitalized on it. And what happened, she was able to
break even
in that industry. Even the other woman who happens to, like, you think that this one is beautiful, she'll be able to, she could not even
break even.
So it's about you knowing your strengths, building it, capitalizing on it, and you keep pushing. Life is you just keep fighting until you are seen. It's going to take some time. It's going to take the process might take so many rejection, falling and rising. They say if you fall 20 times, you rise up 21 times. So that is it. You have to face the reality, and don't give in to the societal pressure. Don't give it to the hard society. You know, when we say society, a lot of times we make it look like it's society. Nobody bears society. It looks like it's one. We're talking about people. Human beings that talks you down. But
your colleagues, your neighbor,
family,
your
that don't believe in you. But what do? You have to keep proving yourself. Get to a point where they see you. Today we're celebrating Funke Akindele. Even the people that rejected her, now we want to work with her because she didn't allow those things the way I can play to put myself.
Winfrey and even other people.
So many of them.
Yeah. We had one here
we
in
used
DBS.
To have, Nancy. We used to have, a colleague, Nancy Ilo. You know, who people looked down on, so to speak. You know, but then she had something on the inside. And today she's a celebrity.
She is.
There's hardly any financial function
Right.
that she's not invited.
Sure.
So I think it's really not too good to look down on somebody through pigmentation, facially, and otherwise. All right, so moving forward.
The thing about what you just said is that you are not in control of what people think about you.
That's right.
Okay.
People will always have an opinion of you. You might come off being a different person. They don't see the inside. You only see the inside. So that is why you try to ignore what they are saying, because the truth is it must come. You must just, one of the ways to first of all deal with life is to accept and know that, you know what, people will always have something to say. I will be misunderstood. A lot of people will want to talk me down, but I have something on my inside that I want to put out there. That yes, it's going to take a lot, but I'm ready to go through it.
Okay. So moving forward now, looking at women inclusion, because I am I'm of the school of thought that women are better managers. We are in a dispensation, a political dispensation, where the women are not given a voice. You understand? Because if you go to the House of Assembly, you won't see more than 2 women out of 27 members. If you go to the House of Rep, Senate, and there's nothing wrong in also having a woman as a vice president. Do you understand?
Or as a deputy governor.
Or as a deputy, yes, as a deputy governor. There's this very strong agitation that women should have a 50-50 with their male counterpart. Are you of that same school of thought too?
So I know the last time I was here, we had this kind of conversation where I said that yes, women should be given more opportunities, but let's not capitalize on just being a woman. Opportunities should be open to everybody. And when we talk about these positions, they are very limited. So they are so limited, even to men. The House of Rep, for instance, compared to the numbers of men in politics, how many do you have there? So the talk is usually very, very few to welcome. I mean, the positions are limited. So while we look at bringing so many women on board, most especially into the political space, but we should also talk about women who have built capacity. Women who knows what they are doing, not just because we want to include women, but it should be about what you can bring to the table as well. Women who knows what they are doing. Let's not just be we need to bring women. And I was listening to someone the other day on a particular TV station, and this particular question was thrown at him, and he said, before now women were not too involved in politics. Now that they are coming on board, they need to start from somewhere. You can't just take them to presidency. So right now you see them in positions like maybe SAs, EAs, those little positions where they can build themselves. And then gradually it's a process that will happen naturally. From that particular position, you see yourself growing and moving. Before you know it, you're already at the top. So yes, while we are clamoring for all that, we should also know that before now, women were not really in politics. It's only just of recent that they are now indicating interest. And it's only normal for them to also go through the process of growth, of building themselves, of earning these positions, and eventually they will be there. I believe so.
Okay, so as we wrap up, last question from me: how do we now, canvas for support, or how do we as women support each other, in terms of collectively breaking these barriers, as we climb up the success ladder?
Okay, so far so good. I would say as women, we are already really doing so well in that aspect. We have been giving support to each other. Yes, we need to do more. We need to do more. But I always say, just like I just said, when you come with value, you will get support.
That's it.
When you have the value, when you have something to give, you will definitely get all the attention that you want. I will still refer you back to that movie. You remember when the woman was trying to sell her product?
Right.
She wanted to meet there's a particular man that she felt like, once I meet this person, I'm going to break through. But she didn't get it. Guess what? Her confidence coming out to talk about what she can do and what not. So they were the ones that even taught her than at some point. But when they saw her drive, her competence and everything, they were still the one that came back to say, you know what, you got this, you can go and do this.
That's
and
right.
they also gave her support. So I feel like when you have the value, you have everything it takes, you will get the support.
So bring the value to the table.
Bring the value to the table.
And then you'll be supported.
You will be supported.
I like that. All right, I think it's a very good note to actually end this year's International Women's Day. You have something to give. Give your value and then gain your self-worth or gain support
exactly
from people, not just from women.
We have a governor who is managing the resources of the state very, very prudently. When we say that governance will not cease because we are in what you may call pre-election year, you could see that the governor is walking the talk. He's looking ahead by delivering projects that touches the life of the people. We are doing this supervision and tour of these projects because the governor has made it clear that if you fall short of the provisions in the Bill of Engineering and Evaluation, we will blacklist you. And we are seeing much more quality work coming in. We're also seeing greater.
Another May 27 is here. A day set aside to celebrate children. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is set for a wonderful time out for children this season. Oh yes! It is the DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Theme, Building the Future Through Youth and Culture. The event is aimed at promoting the beautiful culture of our people and encouraging children to imbibe same. The event will feature cultural march past, art workshop training session for parents and children, painting, drawing, tie and dye, cultural dance competition, Nigerian food competition, Nigerian language knowledge competition, cultural fashion parade. There'll be lots to eat and drink and wonderful gifts to go home with. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is calling on schools to be part of the Cultural Carnival competition, which will attract trophy and prizes to winners of the competitions. Corporate bodies and churches can register children for this special Children's Day event. That's not all. The brochure for the event will serve as a vehicle for warm felicitations for our children, as well as platform for business owners to advertise their goods and services. For schools participation and sponsorship, please visit the marketing department or call 0803-326-6801. Maureen on 0803-778-1910. Date, Wednesday, 27th May 2026. Venue, DBS Event Place, Opanam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Let's meet there.
All right, welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, it's Tuesday's edition of the program, Morning Ride, and I'm sure you enjoyed that last interview featuring Mrs. Abigail Wari, chairperson of Isoko South Local Government Council. She talked about the career path for every woman. And I feel, yes, she's right by saying the women of today really need to build up a career for themselves. And so joining me as usual, I have the indefatigable Ifeosita Oluwa.
Good morning.
Yes.
How you doing?
If he is not as bright as
I
you know,
used to
last
be.
week she was looking like
Like
barbacious.
there's something about the way you dress, Yeah, so the way you dress sometimes amplifies your mood. So if you dress so smart and you like, you start appreciating yourself, and so it's kind of makes your mood very pleasant. So there's this excitement it gives when you know that I'm dressed well, or I'm super duper dressed.
Yeah. Oh, super duper.
Super duper. So, but it's all good. We are here this morning, and we're grateful to God. So how are you doing?
Well,
I like the red cap on your head.
Yeah.
Are you a chief?
I've been a
Are you a
traditional.
chief or you a chief?
No, there are two things. Chief and a chief. Yes.
You're a red cap entitled man. Are you entitled?
The red cap belongs to the traditional man, and you need to be either an Ogbuefi or an Ogbueshi, or something, but it's just a dress sense for me.
Oh, dress sense.
Yeah.
To complement what your outfit. It's all good. So, since the last time we were here, that was last Tuesday, a lot has happened. Still happening. The APC primary. I don't think they've done the primaries before last week.
Yeah. So Saturday, presidential.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And where, fingers were saying, okay. But up till now, we've not seen, they said the result will be released from Abuja. I'm talking about the senatorial. We already know the outcome from the governorship, the presidential. But this particular Delta North senatorial APC primaries result, we're yet to, confirm the authenticity.
Why did you choose? Why did you say Delta North?
It is
why
Delta
only
North.
Delta State?
It is
cuts
Delta
across.
North.
Cuts across.
Oh, yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Across.
I'm saying Delta North because, of course, I'm from Delta
Yes,
North.
it cuts
But there's
across.
Delta Central, there's Delta South.
And
Yes.
also, we have issues everywhere around the 36 states.
True.
Because
True.
some 7 senators didn't come back.
Right.
And some others were they planted some. And the senatorial elections didn't go down well
At all.
with that aspect of the National Assembly.
Right.
For the state houses of assembly, smooth and dry. For the House of Reps. Easy run. But
Governorship too.
yeah, governorship was just
Of course,
the
presidential.
same.
Is it
Apart
Osifo?
from- yes, Stanley
That
Osifo.
was that. What
you see,
happened
no, that guy tried to he's making a statement.
from APC?
Yes, he's making a statement. Watch out.
I thought it was just like a make believe. Like, okay, we can actually field to
No, he
personalities.
he collected his sum now,
His
100
sum.
million. He paid for his sum, 100 million.
What
And
was
he's going to get his money
What
back.
was like? I need to study that man. Like what?
No.
What was
you
his
see,
driving force?
No. He actually had no driving force because one, he knew that definitely he would not sail through.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised that he tried to make a statement, probably getting close to the president himself. You understand? You saw what he had. He had a presidential handshake, and ordinarily before now, you wouldn't allow him to just cross into the gate to even go and shake Tinubu, even where. But that was an opportunity for him.
Just to collect handshake.
Just to collect handshake, one, and secondly, I see what you that I know.
Yeah.
will not allow that guy go like
You
that.
integrate him because, I mean, what manner of man is this
Don't be surprised that the guy might earn himself an office.
that will make that, because that 100 million is my
Don't,
concern.
I've told you, don't be surprised that guy can earn himself an office, either as a political aide, because one is still very young,
Yeah.
you know, he still has age on the side, you know, so he can fly.
Yes.
Just like I did say, if you try to get to the sky and you don't get there, you could get to the stars.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if he has made his attempt to get to the presidency and he doesn't get there, he will fall somewhere where they will say, okay, patronage, political patronage.
True.
They patronize you, your salary is going, and in the next 4 years, that 100 million that you have spent, you know, you've gotten it more than 5 times. You never can say. You know, it's not that the cash is not there. If not, these are part of political intrigues.
Yeah.
You know, you just see some people. It's just like me. I just wake up last hour to contest for governor. Hello.
If you have the money, you just.
If I have the
and
money.
then I'm sure the governor will be looking at it like, wow, what
And
a courageous man.
And he will say, but who is that guy?
Yeah.
That
who's
has
that
the
guy?
heart. Call the guy for me. What's your?
Yeah.
So, guy, I've spent too. I said, you have spent. Okay, let me freeze it for you. I said, okay.
Well, politics somehow is interesting. If only our leaders can. I'm not saying they should not eat. I have a problem with them. So if, for instance, you're elected into an office that you need to take care of your constituents or your people, do it. Do it while you still have the time and the resources, because there must be resources. You're not there for nothing. So do it. And of course, if you want to also help yourself, garner some amount of resources to also, amplify and improve on yourself, why not? Your family, your extended family, why not? But primarily, you are elected there to take care of the people, citizens first. And if you ask me, I don't think any of our politicians are putting the citizens first. It is.
No, there are few of them.
I've not seen.
There are few. No. We can't have an entire process that is bad.
Right.
Because you must have the good, the bad, and the side of it. So obviously there are some good people.
Right.
Who also have the concern of their constituents at heart. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have them. We have them.
Okay. Okay. If
You
you
know,
say so, I
and
choose to
on Sunday, which was the next day after Saturday,
yeah.
the People's Democratic Party also had their primary congresses at the state level for governorship. And we saw for Delta State, Dr. Peter Rakpo, yes, emerging as
the governorship,
the governorship,
flag bearer.
Yeah, yes, the flag bearer. And you see in life, and what God has destined, definitely, no man can stop.
Do you see a tough, fight?
No. I don't see any fight, but I know that many years ago, before this present administration, the rumor had already filtered into the air that Peter Rakpo was going to contest for the governorship under the PDP.
True.
But I don't want to go more than that. But it didn't just the calculation didn't just work. So for him also going forward, there is a statement as well. It is going to be on his resume. It's going to be there for him for life.
That he's contesting.
At a point, if he gets to an event now, for example, and as a master ceremony, you want to recognize a one-time governorship aspirant. that has called him. And it will just give you a new way.
Yeah.
People will say, who is that guy? So it was a statement. And you never can say also he can, eventually be given something on the inter-party level. Okay. Because I know that at the federal level, there's a special advisor on inter-party
relations.
there's relations but at the state level, Peter is more than that. It's bigger than that now. Obviously, he cannot take the office of the commissioner because he was once the commissioner and Attorney General of the state. So you might be looking at something beyond
Delta
that.
State.
Yes, beyond Delta State.
Well, fingers crossed. Let's see. 2027 is
So
almost
other parties are still around. We have the NDC, we have ADC. ADC gave what's that name again? From your place now. Kikachuku.
Yes.
Dumebi?
Yes,
beautiful.
No, Dumebi Kachiku.
Okay,
Dumebi Kachiku.
Yes, a presidential ticket.
Against Atiku.
Yes, against Atiku. So
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a
tough ground to till.
Yeah, the tough ground to till, because the masquerades will be coming out. The big masquerades will be coming out to.
I guess that's why the likes of Peter Obi and Kwankwaso, left the party, because I mean, if they had waited and look at the result now, so they gave it to maybe
because of the litigation.
And there's another faction of the ADC where Rotimi Amechi is also
Rotimi was given the presidential ticket.
In another faction, what's going on?
So ADC has the safe landing for Kwankwaso and
ADC.
NDC. Yes,
of course.
A soft landing.
Yes, it is Peter Obi and Kwankwaso.
Yes.
For NDC, no contention.
The fight is actually going to be between the NDC and.
Well, nothing is heard of LP now.
No, Labour Party is.
It died.
It's gone and dead.
Natural death.
It died the day Peter Obi left. Yes. So it's a lot actually going, and I'm excited because today is 26th of May. So by June, we're not looking at elections any longer.
Campaign.
So.
And I hope I'll be seeing you then.
Who, me?
You, yes.
The lion is there now. We'll always be around.
Because campaign, wow, we have and they're going to do it till 2027.
Yes, it's going to run through the end of the year. It's by January. I'm sure by early January, campaigns should have stopped.
The election is supposed to be in January.
Yes, January.
Yes.
The elections will be in January. So every campaign should stop by the end of this year. So different parties will be going out to campaign.
Yes, I think before the emergence of NDC, especially NDC, I thought that they would not have any, there would be no much campaigns, but I know the APC we have now, especially in Delta State, because of the people defecting from, or the merger. Let me just call it a merger, the APC and PDP. So I know PDP, regardless of the fact that they know, I'm using 2023 election as a case study here. They knew that, they didn't have an opposition then, because people never believed in APC. Everybody in Delta State was rooting for, not everybody though, majority of the people in Delta State knew that or assumed that, PDP, this is PDP state and there's no contention. But they still didn't sit at home, hands akimbo, and was waiting for them to call the result. They swung into action. They campaigned. That was when they did the door-to-door, window-to-window, ceiling-to-ceiling campaign, right? You remember? 2023. So, and I'm just imagining what it will be this year in 2026, because they did that knowing fully well that was a supposed PDP state. But now, with the merger and with the fact that we have a party like NDC, you know that there is a lot of work to do.
Yes.
So it's a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot to cover.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of convincing that they need to do.
Yes.
Before now, if you call APC, people don't want to hear APC.
Yes.
So there's a lot of convincing that you need to do, especially when you're trying to do 5/5. If you're going to do 4/5, well, everybody knows that Oboriwori is working. This administration, they are trying their best. But Can you say that for the federal level? At the federal level?
Well. You see, everybody would have. They say every mala to his kettle.
Every abuki.
Every abuki to his kettle. You know, and it's not going to be an easy sale.
I agree.
For the ruling party.
Yeah.
You know, because if eventually Peter Obi says, good, I'm going to do a 4-year. I'm a man of my word. I want to be the Nelson Mandela of Nigeria. I'll just go do a 4 years and be out. There's no battle. There's going to because the man who is going to deputize him, or rather who is his running mate, Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso is a Notre-Dame. And you see, he's a rallying point too. Kwankwaso is a figure. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now that Atiku is out of the game, because Atiku definitely will not come back again.
No.
He's been retired just the way the likes of Azikiwe, the likes of Awolowo, Aminu Kanu, the way they were retired politically.
Yeah.
And kept it to oblivion. That is how Atiku, right, would also be nailed politically. That is how it is going to be nailed politically. Do you understand? So they're going to be having younger men, like the likes of El-Rufai, the likes of Nuhu Ribadu, the likes of Rabiu Kwankwaso. You know, so these are the younger Northerners. And if you like, bring Almajiri for the North, they will keep behind him. As that is their turn.
Yeah.
You understand? So we're going to contend with 4 years. And so it's not going to be easy for Asiwaju. Do you understand? And it's also not going to be easy for APC. One thing that I love APC for, rather the Yorubas for, once an election cycle is over today, by tomorrow they have started campaigning for another 4 years.
Oh.
Yes. They don't give a lacuna. They don't
It's not on time.
Yes, I grew up learning from that process.
Yeah.
You understand? Once an election is over today, by tomorrow, they started campaigning. They started holding nocturnal meetings. Planning for the next cycle. Do you understand? You know, so it's going to be replicated down. As far as an APC member, Asiwaju is the leader there. Right? Once they are through now, litigations and everything over.
Yeah.
So they are going to move. And if you don't move, you can't just be a NDC and say NDC for social media.
Right.
You understand? NDC for math. Then you expect that on that day. Lie.
Yesterday they published names of registered party members. And with what they published, APC has over 12 million registered voters, and then some people, I think, followed by PDP, 2 million. Just imagine the margin. Imagine the margin. Yes, 12 million, 2 million, and then you have maybe 1 million and less. And, you know, looking at that, people may think that is, but I don't think that's the case.
No,
will that also define what happens at the poll? Will it define what happens at the poll?
That is it.
How?
Let me tell you, if for example...
Must you be a card-carrying member or a registered member of a political party before you cast your vote?
Before you cast your vote?
Yes.
No, but you see, with that number, right, there's what you call a Ogbogonogo vote.
Okay.
Do you understand? A vote that comes from nowhere. Do you understand? That would, give your votes a meaning. If, for example, now, tomorrow the INEC says APC won the election with 10 million votes.
Yeah. You can't contest
How did PDP get to 10 million? They can't come out and say PDP had 10 million.
Why not?
No.
I can be a carrying member of the APC, and I would choose to vote NZA. It is my choice.
No. But for the APC, we don't see that happening. Yes. You see why I tell you don't see that happening? It is the current party that is giving you food to eat.
Wow.
Do you understand?
That means it's
we might have a pocket of disgruntled
members.
Do you understand? But they cannot have it all. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that is why you see where they can go and make up and square up their holes.
Yeah.
It's probably the National Assembly,
Yeah.
the state assemblies. They can square up there. And that is what I foresee. I might be an APC card carrying member, but I might be a financial support
to another party.
To another party.
Is that not what is called the anti-party activity?
With what? In my presence
with
of my
your money.
Cash. And that is if I tell you, if you know that I give cash now. The cash can come in anonymity.
Okay.
You understand? Because what also flows, right, is the raise fund. It's okay, we are supporting candidate A and want to do fundraising. And somebody comes and says, anonymous, 20 billion. How will you know who is the anonymous person? Somebody says, I don't want my name to be mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 5 billion. Right?
It's going to be an interesting year. We're looking forward to that. Away from that, any other? I think it's politics.
Yeah, it's politics, but on a very melancholic note too. I don't know if you've also heard of this guy whose son killed him. One of these big Alaba traders, a multi-billionaire. Did he fly through that?
I didn't.
Oh, he didn't fly through that.
No.
One guy who controls the electronics markets in Alaba.
My husband must know him.
Yes, he's a big one. I can't fly through his name again. But his son, a copper.
Wow.
You know, because the guy was comparing him to other people. Said other men who are not as rich as you takes care of their children, and they are doing so well. And the father says, I gave you a real estate to manage, and you could not manage it properly.
And he
So
killed
out
his
of
father.
anger, it's been viral. It's on the social media space, and
a lot of ugly news on the social media. Sometimes, most times, I don't even like to open them because I mean it's really crazy what's happening now.
Yeah.
People, father killing son killing. The one that is trending again is a nurse that was also unalived.
Yes, unalived.
And, you know,
by
almost
old
beheaded.
man.
It wasn't an old man. It was not.
Yeah, the guy obviously is not her age group.
It's not her age. They were two, and you know, yes, they've been arrested. They have confessed to that act, but the girl is dead. Just because that he tried to woo her,
and she refused.
She refused. Is that enough to kill somebody? I mean, there's no offense. I feel like when you commit such offense in Nigeria, there should not even be like a trial. Once you have confessed to it, after your confession, just do the needful. Just go. Because these kind of people are not allowed to be reintegrated into the society. I know they do it a lot. Boko Haram, repentant members, they would reintegrate them. They shouldn't. If you take somebody's life, that's why I like the Moses kind of law. Eye for an eye. Even though Christ has come,
a tooth for a
died,
tooth.
tooth for a tooth. If you kill, if you slap, okay, fine, I can turn the other cheek.
Hey,
but if you if you kill, you see, thou shalt not kill. We are still maintaining the Ten Commandments.
Law.
The 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill. So if you kill, anybody who kills, whether it's by a machete or by a gun, you should go. There's no game saying the fact that no, don't go to court. There's no need to waste taxpayers' money. As you don't kill, so you should get what you give. I mean, you can't rape someone, you grape someone, and then you unalive that person. Just why? Just because you don't want to be exposed. A lot of horrible stories on the internet space is not fiction. These are realities. What is happening?
Correct.
And sometimes you just wonder why is this happening? Is this the end time that
No. For
gearing
me,
towards?
but for me, it's not the end time. But issues of this magnitude have always been on the space. But the way and manner at which they come, has been orthodox. But thank God for the scientific age that we are in, the jet age, the AI-generated age.
Yeah.
A lot is coming on.
It is.
And a lot of people are becoming aware. They are becoming sensitive,
Right.
to issues like that. Look at domestic violence, for example. Through the social media, and a lot of people have led. And so advices come and if you're having a toxic marriage, I beg. Just pack your load
And go.
rather than staying inside.
Yeah.
So it has also helped a lot of people. Because once they pack their bag and baggages and go, their lives are spared. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of awareness. There's this other one who took his wife after trading and everything, took her out of the country.
Yeah.
And she was of the opinion that anything that happens there, she will send the guy back. And she had an issue with the guy, not knowing that they had already changed the laws. And so she found herself back to Nigeria, and the guy was there. But what she had at the back of her mind was to rope the guy in, so that they would send the guy back to Nigeria. And she would remain there.
Yeah.
But she shot herself on the foot. Informations like that have come in through
The social media
space. Which today has helped a lot of people to either know how to manage issues.
Right.
Yeah, they understand, like anger, frustration, depression, and all of that moving forward.
That's right. I think we'll take a break now.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll take a break now. We'll come back. We'll look at what the papers actually say today. It's Tuesday's edition of Morning Ride.
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
From the rivers to the cities we rise, dreams alive in every child's eyes.
Diana Erietomi Ayo Enowete is a Nigerian humanitarian, development strategist, a champion for sustainable development. She serves
from the rivers to the cities we rise, dreams alive in every child's eyes.
Diana Erietomi Ayo Enowete is a Nigerian humanitarian, development strategist, a champion for sustainable development. She serves as Special Assistant on Sustainable Development Goals to the Executive Governor of Delta State, His Excellency Right Honourable Sheriff Oborewure, where she works to advance policies and initiatives aligned with the global agenda of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. She is the visionary behind the curation of the SDG Museum, a groundbreaking project conceived to bring the Sustainable Development Goals to life through education, culture, and immersive storytelling. The SDG Museum stands as a first-of-its-kind initiative in Africa aimed at deepening public understanding and engagement with the goals while inspiring collective action toward a more sustainable future.
In Delta State, we look for innovative ways to tell our story, and not just the story of government, but the story of the people. I'm popularly known as The Voice, so I take it really personal to give voice to community issues, to give voice to development, to give voice to the good work, or the lack of it, if I must say. And in doing the work that I've done in the past 2 years as the S60 government SDGs, through something we call the SDG Community Worker, we've gone to hear the people, And I think it is time for the people to hear us. More and more, we've seen that the SDGs look like a policy document. It looks too far-reaching for the average person to understand. And how do we attain development alone? Development is a collective effort. It means all hands come on deck to attain it. How about creating a space where people can feel, can see, can touch, and can relate to what we're talking about? How about creating a space where our children, who are the leaders of tomorrow, where they can come and research and ask questions and see the reality? How about we tell a story that started in 1920 when the League of Nations was first of all brought together, and then it became the United Nations, a symbol of collaboration, a symbol of peace and unity, a symbol that together we will make the difference that the world needs. And yes, this is what the SDG Museum is going to be about. It's going to be about creating that story from 1920, not till today, not to 2030, till the future, because development continues. As long as we breathe and exist as human beings, development is never going to stop. There's a term that people call us, there's a sentence that is synonymous to people from Delta. They say worry not, they carry last. Now that simply means that we are not created, or our attitude or our attribute means that we are always ahead of the game. We think forward, we are forward-thinking persons. And we see that in the work that His Excellency has been doing since he got to this position, always thinking forward, always thinking ahead for his people, always looking out for what's next, what's new. And that's what development is. Development is thinking forward. It's thinking about tomorrow while living and existing today, and ensuring that, the day after tomorrow is even better than tomorrow. And this is what we're doing with the SDGs Museum. We are a people that are thinking forward to say, what, we've looked at the past, we've looked at our present, we want to tell our story. And the unique thing about this museum is that it's going to tell the story not just of Delta State or of Nigeria, the story of Africa. How does 1.4 billion people see the world? What does development mean for 1.4 billion people? That's a lot of people. And we're going to try to bring the voices of a lot of people into the space. Like 1.4 billion Africans want to say that development to you is beautiful, but to us it has a different meaning. Our song, our culture, our food, even our climate is different. How we feel heat, how we feel cold is different. So we understand that development is a global issue and a collective issue, but there must be a voice in the room that speaks for Africans. There must be a narrative that tells our story under the tree or under the moonlight, but whether it's told in a museum, whether it's told on the street, Africans want to be able to say their story, and it doesn't matter if it starts just from Delta State.
This is our call. Don't just live today. Discover the future. Discover the future. Where hope is found.
All right, welcome back, and in case you're just joining us, it's Tuesday's edition being the 26th day of May 2026, and just reiterating again that tomorrow it's the Children's Day celebration, and Delta Broadcasting Service, as part of our corporate social responsibility, will be hosting our children at the cultural carnival, and quite a lot to eat and drink and gifts to be won. So make sure that all road leads to DBS tomorrow. We have just this platform to advertise our brand. Right now, we're going straight to what the various papers are actually saying today. And so we'll start with our starter for today. It's the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust newspaper is our starter for today. And the Daily Trust has quickly below the masthead, 2027, Jonathan knows fate on eligibility today. ADC to announce presidential candidate as 3.4 million members vote. Senator Abuba emerges PDP governorship candidate in Bauchi, promises 80,000 naira minimum wage. And below that, bandits attack Emir's palace. Wives, children, others kidnapped. And the photos speak there. We see our Muslim brothers already getting set for their Muslim holiday, or rather the Muslim festival, which will be coming up on Thursday. And that's the photo speak there. You can see some rams already being transported for the Ileya festival. Below that, we have why Abuja Kaduna Road gridlock persists. That's it on the Daily Trust. So pick up a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And from the Daily Trust, we'll take on the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper is our next port. And by the earpiece end of the Punch newspaper, we have the story that says Fubara's exit from Governor Ray's alliance with Peace Pact. That statement is actually credited to Yudsam Wike. You can pick up details of that on page 16. Eid Mubarak. Federal government declares holidays, steps up security nationwide. And below that, we have the story that reads, it's the streaming headline here, Dangote faces price war as NNPC backs fuel imports. The rider, NNPC urges Kurt to dismiss Dangote's suit. Marketers lack competition, warn against monopoly risk. Refinery says import licenses undermines local production. On the flush right of the Punch newspaper, INEC appeals ruling voiding primaries. As on page 18, federal government cancels $707 million World Bank power loan amid blackouts. Page 35 has all of that. And the photos speak here. We see directors of STL Trustees Limited having their AGM, marking their 66th, rather the 30th anniversary of the STI. All right, below that photo speaks Southwest Insecurity. Igbo awaits federal government nod to launch outreach. That's on page 12. My brother's beheading haunts me daily. Or your teacher's siblings on page 3. And the very last there, bandits kidnap Kwara Monarch's family, attack police station. That's on page 18 of the Punch newspaper. The Vanguard is our next point of call this morning. And the Vanguard newspaper has above the masthead, intervene in mass killing of Nigerians rather than rhetorics. Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria tells federal government on page 14. Warri constituency delineation. Thugs attack protesting Ishakiri youths at INEC office. That's on page 7. INEC appeals judgment voiding timelines for 2027 polls. Page 9. And below the masthead, we have 2027 presidency. opposition parties in disarray as factional candidates emerge. And the writer to that says, SDP, ADC, PDP cut in the worm. Results of PRP ADC primaries ready. Atiku favored to pick ADC ticket, gets endorsement from states. That is a striking headline there, and the photos speak. We see quickly Justin Nidaya, Special Advisor representing the Registrar General Corporate Affairs Commission yesterday at the 30th meeting of the Financial Services Regulation Coordination Committee. That is it. And quickly, Oyo School kidnap. We have the story, government under pressure as abductors demand ransom. NCAA airline operators bicker over debt. That's on page 8. Eid al-Adha, federal government declares Wednesday and Thursday are public holidays. Pope apologizes to Vatican's role in justifying slavery. And quickly from the Mr. and Miss Kana, we have the Mrs. saying he displays his emotions that not too deep to be considered love. I think he's just crushing on me. And Mr. responds by saying, so that is what crushing on somebody means. I hope both of you understand the meaning of crushing somebody. Okay, that's on a lighter note. All right, I'll move over to the Tribune newspaper. The Tribune newspaper, Bob the Masthead. We have the story, INEC appeals election guidance judgment. 6 stay of execution. That's on page 5. Nigeria's GDP growth rate slows to 3.8 million %. That information is coming from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Bandits invade Kwara community, raise Emir's palace, abduct 10. And the headline, basically, Tantita Security Services Nigeria Limited. A toast to President Tinubu who the caps fits. Okay, from the Nigerian Tribune, we'll take on the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph above the masthead has FY25, 13 listed banks grow assets by 16.4% to 235.87 trillion naira. That is quite humongous, if you ask me. And below that, masthead, security alert, terrorists planning to hit civilian targets during the Eid el-Kabir, military wants. And on the flush right of the New Telegraph, ASU threatens fresh strike over delayed 2025 pact implementation. ASU threatens fresh strike over the 2025 pact implementation. NCAA temporarily suspends no pay, no service directives, clarifies aviation charges. And that's on page 3. And 2027, Tinubu's 10 million votes manufactured. That statement is credited to Atiku. 3 principal offices, 9 Lagos Assembly members failed APC primaries. The photo speak there, the special advisor representing the Registrar General of the Corporate Affairs Commission. That story is also a story that resonates on the other papers that we just took. INEC appeals judgment voiding timelines for 2027 elections. And the rider is 6th day of execution. Rep warns against the registering ADC, Accord, and the APP. Ebola outbreak worsens. World Health Organization calls for urgent response. That's on page 4 of the New Telegraph. The Nation newspaper, and last is our next paper for review this morning. The Nation newspaper has why court favors DSS in defamatory suit against Serap. Moneypoint Group launches 3 billion naira innovation hubs in universities. And we have this other story. 1.5 million pilgrims kick off Hajj on Mount Arafat. Weekend not bara for picking nomination tickets. And below that, we have the story also below the masthead of the Nation newspaper. Article leads Amici Hayatuddin in ADC shadow election. That's on page 3. INEC appeals verdict voiding timeline on party register. The rider has electoral agency asks court to stay off execution. All right, quickly on the flush of that paper, Nigeria-Turkey sealed deal on solid minerals. And that's all for the Nation paper. Pick up a copy of the Nation this morning. Our next paper is the Daily Times. The Daily Times has below the masthead, NSCDC 6 factories over alleged rail line vandalism, terror, and financing. Marketers express concern as price of cooking gas, jumps to 1,500 naira per kg. Below the masthead, terror alerts. Joint Task Force warns of attack during the Eid el-Kabir celebration. Says strikes will use suicide bombers and inexplosive devices. Its adversary. All right, that's it for the Daily Times. It's a one, and it's good that we are educated about this. The Daily Independent, it's our next paper for this morning, and above the masthead, INEC, just like every other paper has, INEC appeals judgment nullifying primaries, nomination deadlines. GDP growth eases to 3.89% despite services agri rebound. Below the headmast, oil shortfall strengthened budget, FX reserves, experts warn. The same picture, just like we had in the other previous tabloids. The same pictures, the representative of the Controller General. Igbo awaits federal government nod for security outreach in Southwest on page 7. Tinubu's 10.99 million votes in primary prelude to rig the 2027 poll. ADC. It's on page 6. Prediction that 35 million Nigerians face hunger proves Tinubu's failure. That statement is credited to Atiku. It's on page 6. Fubara breached agreement by picking second term form, says Wike. Nigeria's aviation sector trapped by perpetual planning. Okay, that's it on the Daily Independent. And so our very last paper for review this morning is the Daily Sun. The earpiece of the Daily Sun simply puts, Ojukwu didn't reject peace deal in 1967. Igbo Forum, faults go on. That's on page 5. Security risk. Presidency urges temporary suspension of Orioke prayers in Kwara and Kogi. The screaming headline here: tension as gunmen abduct 10 from Emir's Palace in Kwara State. And the writer to that story says the Race police station terrorists planning attacks on Northeast during the Eid Kabir military wards. The photo speaks to remains. It's just like what we have in virtually all the papers this morning. Below that, INEC appeals election guidelines 6 area execution. Celebration at Unilag as UBA unveils Innovation Hub. And that's all for today as that is concerned. The papers have actually said it all. So you go pick up a copy of any of the papers, the tabloids that we've just read out to you. Pick up a copy, digest it, peruse through, and have a better understanding. We'll take a break and we'll come back. Our closing formalities on the right this morning. Don't go away.
Another May 27 is here, a day set aside to celebrate children. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is set for a wonderful time out for children this season. Oh yes, it is the DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Theme, Building the Future Through Youth and Culture. The event is aimed at promoting the beautiful culture of our people and encouraging children to imbibe same. The event will feature cultural march past, art workshop training session for parents and children, painting, drawing, tie and dye, cultural dance competition, Nigerian food competition, Nigerian language knowledge competition, cultural fashion parade. There'll be lots to eat and drink and wonderful gifts to go home with. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is calling on schools to be part of the Cultural Carnival competition, which will attract trophy and prizes to winners of the competitions. Corporate bodies and churches can register children for this special Children's Day event. That's not all. The brochure for the event will serve as a vehicle for warm felicitations for our children, as well as platform for business owners to advertise their goods and services. For schools participation and sponsorship, please visit the marketing department or call 0803-326-6801. Maureen on 0803-778-1910. Date, Wednesday, 27th May 2026. Venue, DBS Event Place, Upernam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Meet there.
Hello, my name is Blessing Ofomio. Join me every Tuesday, 11 a.m. on Delta Television, Asaba, on the program HBS Show with Blessing, History Behind Success. It is a program that talks about how one started from the humble beginning. Don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel, HBS Show with Blessing, like and share to your loved ones. Don't miss this program for any reason.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Shine, Jesus, shine, fill this land with the Father's glory. This the day the Lord has made, we will rejoice and be glad indeed.
Choristers Beats, lifting God's name higher through songs. Don't miss it.
Rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Politics in Perspective. It is a program loaded with fresh facts. It is a platform to unearth hidden agenda. It is a forum to showcase achievements. It is a time to x-ray the past, present, and future. Politics in Perspective is interactive, educative, entertaining, and a must-watch for everybody. Your host is Ejime Odweme. Be part of Politics in Perspective on Delta TV, channel 25 UHF, or www.dbsasaba.com every Monday at 2 to 3 p.m. Politics in Perspective, your sure bet for current topical issues.
Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Bonjour, bonjour, très bien, merci.
Hello there. Watch French for Beginners on Delta Television on channel 25 UHF band and online at Delta TV for the best French education. Regardez, salut à tous. Regardez le français pour le débutant sur Delta Television sur le canal 25 UHF band et en ligne sur Delta TV. Rejoignez-nous pour le cours le meilleur de français débutant éducatif. Merci et vous serez contente de l'avoir fait.
Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va?
Every morning brings a new conversation.
From breaking stories to burning issues.
From 7:30 to 9:30 a.m.
Mondays to Fridays.
Join us on Morning Ride, where news meets insight and every voice matters.
Morning Ride is your daily dose of facts, truth, and perspective. Another May 27 is here. A day set aside to celebrate children. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is set for a wonderful time out for children this season. Oh yes! It is the DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Theme, Building the Future Through Youth and Culture. The event is aimed at promoting the beautiful culture of our people and encouraging children to imbibe same. The event will feature cultural march past, art workshop training session for parents and children, painting, drawing, tie and dye, cultural dance competition, Nigerian food competition, Nigerian language knowledge competition, cultural fashion parade. There'll be lots to eat and drink and wonderful gifts to go home with. Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba, is calling on schools to be part of the Cultural Carnival competition, which will attract trophy and prizes to winners of the competitions. Corporate bodies and churches can register children for this special Children's Day event. That's not all. The brochure for the event will serve as a vehicle for warm felicitations for our children, as well as platform for business owners to advertise their goods and services. For schools participation and sponsorship, please visit the marketing department or call 0803-326-6801. Maureen on 0803-778-1910. Date, Wednesday, 27th May 2026. Venue, DBS Event Place, Opanam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. DBS Asaba Youth and Children's Day Cultural Carnival 2026. Let's meet there.
Thank you so much, and this is where we want to draw the curtains today. For you and you who've been part of the success, I'd like to say a very big thank you. And remember, tomorrow the holiday starts, the Eid al-Maulud, and of course coincided with the celebration of the Nigerian child, which is sacrosanct. That date come forward, neither can it be taken back. And so as part of Delta Broadcasting Service corporate social responsibility to our children, we'll be having the Children Cultural Carnival, and it promises to be quite exciting, quite hilarious, lots to eat and drinks from our various brand or sponsors, ranging through Zenith Bank, Nestle, makers of the Kellogg's, Indomie, the Indomitations, Indomitable, will also be on ground, and quite a lot to offer you. Side attractions, recitations, drama, various dancing, drinking competitions will be on display. Various cultural cuisines would also be on display. So it's a must attend for every Delta child, be part of it all. On behalf of the production crew, my name is Onometano. God bless Delta State. God bless Nigeria. Bye.